We go to comics where one author has a shocking revelation.
What?
When Tony died, the MCU died.
Oh, it's true!
Well, Your Honor, I give you Exhibit A and B, Phase 4 and Phase 5.
Sorry, did you want to get immersed in our world? Yeah, well, guess what? Fucking pronouns!
I'm Jazz Berganzo, and this is What's Next. Hey, what's up, guys? Happy Wednesday. Happy hump day. Jazz Berganzo, What's Next? Your daily dose. You guys are feeling good today? We are going to take a little break. Take a little break from the politics. You know, the hard politics I normally do. We're going to lighten it up just a bit. We're going to go to comics. And for those of you who have read it, watched it, bought the merch, know exactly where I'm going to go with this. We look at the last 5 to 10 years, and we have seen an abrupt halt, and I mean a serious 180 of what made comic book movies great. One author who says the MCU died when Tony did. Well, that should be no shocker to anyone who has watched the last 2 years, 3 years, as we're going on, of how wonderful all the movies that have come out since then. Yeah. I can't even say that with a straight face. And here we go. This comes out of Bounding in the Comics. Mark Millar claims that the superhero movie genre ended after Endgame, posted Marvels and DC are trying to course correct. Now, in the beginning, I said this in regards to Marvel, but DC was thrown in here anyway. Mark Millar, the creator of Kick-Ass, Kingsman, Wanted, Supercross, and Civil War, recently shared his beliefs that the superhero movie genre ended with Endgame, but claims Marvel and DC are trying to course correct after a number of subpar entries. Subpar entries. That's an understatement. Millar recently spoke with the New York Times about his upcoming live-action adaptation of The Chosen One on Netflix, which is based on his American Jesus comic book series. While discussing the series, he also touched upon the history of superhero movie genre, saying these movies generally weren't These movies generally weren't very good prior to '99. They were usually made by people who didn't understand or care about the material, with 2 exceptions: Donner with Superman and Burton with Batman. Sorry, I'm going to throw in Wesley Snipes and Blade, done through his Amun-Ra production company. Yeah, Blade was the godfather. If it wasn't for Blade, there would be no MCU. And a lot of fans, and also those inside Marvel, will agree with that. He continued, so it was amazing in '99 when the Marvel cracked the code and made these things great. It wasn't just about technology catching up. It was about the people who made these movies treated them with real dignity. Yes, it's called source material. However, then he shared that the genre ended with Endgame, had a great run, ended in 2019, and that felt like the last true great superhero movie. Now you're going to have those who are going to argue saying that Infinity War was better than Endgame. Yeah. As for why he believes it ended with Endgame, despite a plethora of Marvel Studio productions as well as DC films coming out since then, he explained, everything since then, I feel that the people involved haven't loved the material the way Sam Raimi loved Spider-Man or Nolan with Batman. While he believes that the genre ended with Endgame, he does think that Marvel and DC are attempting to course correct. A massive attempting. Yeah. I think it will come back. These movies made too much money for them to fail. But right now they're failing. What I know is that from talking to friends at DC and Marvel, there's a massive course correct being planned. They need to get it back on track. Getting some people with an interesting voice again is critical. Then he asserted, every director who did a superhero movie in the last 10 to 15 years had success on the entertainment scene before that. Finally, Millar concluded, as unexpected choices were made, as opposed to just jobbing directors who treated it like any other gig. The fact of the matter is that it's kind of hard to argue. Kind of hard to argue with him. I think he's right. He is right. The fact of the matter is that after Endgame, you had really, really bad run. I mean, from Black Widow to Shang-Chi and the 10 hula hoops, to the emasculating of Thor, to the craziness that was Doctor Strange and the multitude of madness or whatever the hell it is. You had the terrible Flash movie. It just kept on going on and on and on. It was just bad. Just bad. Why? Because it was Disney and DC. I mean, you look at Shazam. I mean, I think Shazam 2 had good intentions. They tried to ride the nice little wave that they had in the first one. But then you had, Zachary Levi come out and basically saying, you know what, it's all trash. It's all trash. Nobody gives a f-. And he's right. He was absolutely right. You got Aquaman 2 coming. No one cares. No, the thrill of it is not there anymore. The only exception during the 2019, 2020, shall I say, till now, has been the Spider-Man No Way Home movies. The 3 movies have been practically almost excellent, but they were Sony products. They were not Disney Marvel. This was Sony Marvel. Notice the difference between quality and garbage is what we had and what we still have. Phase 4 and Phase 5 has been absolutely abysmal, have been disastrous, have been trash when it comes to superhero movies regarding Marvel. Kevin Feige, who actually gave a damn during that 10-year run, after that, didn't give to us. He really didn't. The second you handed Mjolnir to Jane Foster and made her Thorette, she's not Thor, or Thoretta, or female Thor, that was the beginning of the end. And it's been shitty ever since. Now, can there be a course correct? That is what James Gunn's trying to do. He's trying to do a course correct by, restarting things. I guess bringing in a younger Superman or what have you, trying to, instead of doing origin movies, just continuing on with stories or expanding storylines or what have you. I don't have much confidence in that. The exceptions were DC, were the Joker, the standalone with Joaquin Phoenix. And then, of course, you had Robert Pattinson in The Batman. Now, I'm hearing that they're trying to combine the two together. They're trying to start their own universe off of that. God forbid. But those two were the 2 standalones, great movies that DC produced. Had nothing to do with the Snyderverse. Now, as we all know, the Justice League with Joss Whedon, that was garbage. That was a dumpster fire. Then, Zack Snyder's version, the Snyderverse, fixed that as it should have been. And it was a great movie. Long movie, but a great movie. But at the end of the day, to me, this course correction that Mark Miller is trying to explain is, sadly, it's not going to happen. It's just not going to happen. Disney Marvel doesn't give a shit. Seems like Warner Brothers Discovery, doesn't give a shit. So is it over? Yeah, it's over for now. There has to be a massive change of direction at the higher ups of both companies. That means firing people and getting people in who actually give a fuck is the only way that this is going to be fixed. And also, let us not forget fatigue, because we got hit with so many superhero movies over the 10, 15-year run that, kind of made your head spin and you kind of wanted to take a break from it. And that has a part to play as well. And with that being said, I'm Jazz Berganzo. This is What's Next. Want to see more like this? Please leave a comment below, like it, share it, subscribe to it, hit that notification bell so you guys never miss a thing. And we'll see you next time. Peace.